Hi everyone, how are y'all doing? If this is the first time that you watch my channel, my name is Natalie. Welcome for stopping by. I hope that if you enjoy what I share here, please consider subscribe and share this channel with your family and friends that loves astrology and tarot. So what I'll do in this video is that we will share what's going to happen this upcoming week in the cosmos. What is the astrology like? What is the planetary weather like? What message can we get from them? And then we'll dive into the second part of this video where I'll be doing a collective tarot reading to see what energy, message, advice we can get for this upcoming week. So this upcoming week that we'll be talking about will be July 4th to 10th. Wow, time flies. We are already halfway through our year and we are already in July. So in the Northern Hemisphere, we are in the summer season, and in the Southern Hemisphere, we are in winter season. So we just had a week of pretty tense energy. I don't know how you all feel. Feel free to comment below. We did see some heavy energy in the collective level with the news that's happening or things that is happening around the world. So this upcoming week, we have a couple important transits that kind of intertwine with each other throughout the week. So on July 5th, we have Mars and Mercury, our two personal planets, changing signs. So whenever we have more than one personal planet moving into another sign, and in this case, almost together, they're only 20 minutes apart, so which is like a milliseconds, literally, right? So it will create a more noticeable shift in the collective mood or energy. So it will be interesting to see what unfolds, what we'll see around the world, what's going to happen around the world during this week. We have Mars and Mercury simultaneously, only 20 minutes apart each other, entering into the next sign. And let's talk about Mars first. Mars right now is still in its home sign Aries, which Mars is very powerful and very fiery, full of strength and full of energy. It's just like this go, go, go energy. But of course, on the other side, we can also see some destructive energy, which we definitely can see with what's happening around the world. And on the 5th, Mars is going to leave the last degree, the energetic degree, 29th degree of Aries, and to enter Taurus. This is a very powerful point because when we are reaching at the last degree point of a sign, that 29 to 0 degree, that is when the energy is most potent, and sometimes this degree refer to the degree of fate too. Sometimes things that's out of our control might happen. It's just, or something major. And last time when Mars was in this position, entering Taurus, it was on January 6th, which is during the U.S. Capitol insurrection, which we all know what happened. So that's pretty major and powerful. And this time, around this time, when Mars does this again, leaving Aries and entering Taurus, is around Independence Day in U.S. So I'm very curious to see what might happen, because we do know on the news right now, we do see the news about all those, what happened back then, January 6th, all the hearings and updates. So who knows, we might see a new development, we might see some turning point or things that happen around that. Or maybe something else, we don't know, so we'll just have to see. Mars is this fiery energy, right? It is that planet of the way we take our action, the way we push forward and get things done, and so on and so forth. It is that fire warrior. And now Mars is leaving its comfort home in Aries and entering into Taurus, which is actually a sign that Mars does not enjoy. Mars is in detriment of Taurus. So the energy of Mars will be kind of like slow down as it's actually start to prepare retrograde later on as well. But right now Mars is entering a place where it's not able to which might not be able to exude its power to the fullest form, because Taurus is a much calmer sign. It likes momentum. It likes it's a bit stubborn, right? So we can see that this fire energy might be a bit tamed in this Taurus. But at the same time, we can actually, for example, we can see that when Mars is in Aries, right? Picture yourself getting angry. When Mars is in Aries, you will be very explosive. Yes, you'll be short-tempered, you'll be easily triggered, you will just be overall explosive, right? You just like lash it all out, explode, and get it over with. But when Mars is in Taurus, not that it's not going to be angry. It's not going to explode like Aries, right? It's just gonna explode and get over with it. But with Taurus, this is a prolonged period of time of anger, because Taurus is a fixed earth sign, right? So it is in the middle. It's a fixed sign. It wants to prolong something, right? So imagine you have this anger inside. You're not exploding it out, but you're holding on to this anger, this energy, and just prolonging it and holding it on and containing it. That is the energy, which can actually be scarier than you explode and get over it, right? Because you're holding it longer. And this energy might get trigger when it reaches some point, right? Maybe you're holding this anger, you're not forgetting it, you're angry, but you're not exploding. But maybe up until some point when something snap, whoa, you're just gonna explode too. So that might be a more potent energy in some way, right? So that energy can be played out on a personal level or at a collective level. But also Mars in Taurus can be you having that momentum to continue with the action that you need to take in any areas of your life. So in a way, this can be a very helpful and motivating energy, because maybe you wanting to start something, or you're in the middle of developing or doing something. This energy will help you sustain and continue to put in the motivation, put in the action, the fuel that you need in order for you to keep going. So depending on how you use it, this energy can be quite beneficial as well. So Mars will stay in Taurus from July 5th until August 20th. And remember how I just mentioned about this energy of Mars might be in Taurus, might be an energy that you can continue to hold on and contain to, right? And I see this energy building up slowly and continue to develop as time goes. And especially towards the end of July, when Mars is getting closer and closer to Uranus and the North Node, which is the degree point where eclipses happen. So remember this two potent degree point, the planet, and also the degree point, the North Node, is in Taurus right now. So as we get closer to August, towards the end of July, the energy will build up. It will be more powerful, and as we get to the exact point, which is around beginning of August, where Mars will really come to an exact conjunction with the with Uranus and the North Node, this is when we'll see that energy kind of explode, right? So imagine you trying to not get mad, trying to not explode, just containing it, but you're not able to really let it go, right? Because it is a stubborn, fiery energy that is not explosive, but is sustaining, right? It's still there. And it built up, and towards the end of July or beginning of August, when it clicked to the North Node or Uranus, you might just explode once and for all. And that might be 10 times more explosive compared to you just explode in the beginning. So who knows, right? So that can be dangerous for some, but depends, right? If you are you're using this energy to help you to do something in your life, in an area of your life, maybe you will continue to build that momentum, you will continue to get things done in that area, and maybe by the time you reach end of July or beginning in August, you will see some significant progress or change or shifts that you want for yourself. So it will be interesting to see how this energy is going to develop on a personal level in maybe particular area or areas of our life, how we use it, but also will be interesting to see how things around the world in different countries will develop with this energy as Mars continue to travel in Taurus, especially towards the end part of its journey. Let's talk about Mercury. Mercury is also very comfortable in his home sign Gemini right now, but on the 5th, just shortly 20 minutes after Mars shift into Taurus, Mercury will then also move into a new sign, which is Cancer. And Mercury in Cancer is a very different energy compared to Mercury in Gemini. Mercury in Gemini is comfortable, is chatty, is playful, is witty, is funny, is all those energy, which also on the other end can be very overwhelming. Your mind can be very busy. You can be talking too much, perhaps, or having a lot of conversation. And for some, it's fun, it's good, but for some, it can be creating anxiety and overwhelming. So depends how you use this energy and how you feel this energy, right? So when Mercury moved into Cancer, it is going to feel different. It is going to slow down because Cancer is more empathic, compassionate. You're speaking from the heart, right? Cancer is that sign that wants to connect with the heart space, that wants to speak from the heart. Your emotions is about you engaging and be vulnerable to engage with your emotions and to talk about them. So during this time when Mercury is in Cancer, you might feel more comfortable in expressing yourself through the way you feel and sense, right? You might be able to be a bit more vulnerable with how you truly are feeling, sensing, and express that with whoever you want to express to. But of course, this energy can play to two different ways, right? Well, on one end, it will be maybe you expressing yourself very comfortably, emotionally, and letting others know how you truly is feeling, sensing, and through communications, right? And on the other spectrum, it might be you because you don't want to get hurt. You want to protect yourself. Maybe you're scared that how people might think of you. When you express your emotions, you might actually feel close off and not want to engage, right? Because remember, the crab is once you touch it, sometimes it retrieve and just close up and clamp up. So it depends how you work with this energy. It can go either way. And on the same day, right when Mars and Mercury move to the next sign, they are also having a sextile, which is a beautiful energy. I think during Mercury in Cancer, which will not stay long. Mercury will just swim through Cancer in 2 weeks. So Mercury will only stay in Cancer until July 19. So during this two weeks, I think it will be a really nice time to have some heartfelt conversation with the ones that you want to. Feel safe and okay to express yourself at an emotional level, speaking from your heart to let others know how you're truly feeling and sensing. So I would love to work with this energy in this way. So while these two personal planets simultaneously entering a new sign, they are also having a sextile on July 5th. So Mars is this fiery energy, and then Mercury is entering in this heartfelt, compassionate Cancer sign. This energy combined together, having a sextile, definitely feel like that you are speaking out fearlessly for what you're standing, what you're fighting for, and you're doing so from the heart, right? Because you're truly emotionally feeling and sensing something, and you want to express it. You're no longer holding back, because the Mars energy here is helping you to push through and express yourself. And Cancer, you're pushing and speaking out something from the heart space, right? So it can definitely be people going on protest demonstration and just speaking from the heart, because they want to fight for what they're standing up for. They want their voice to be heard. They want their emotions to be known. It can be a very heartfelt day. And on a personal level, maybe it is you having a moment, having a heartfelt conversation with whoever you need to express to as well, because you feel the need to really let the other person know how you're truly feeling and sensing as well. So this can be a very beautiful day to do that. This week we have another aspect that's happening with Mercury. Mercury is by then already in Cancer, and on July 9th during the weekend, so this is probably an energy that you feel towards the second part of the week, Mercury in Cancer will have a square with Jupiter in Aries. So we have again a kind of similar energy. So Jupiter in Aries is about an expansive energy. It is definitely about what you believe in, right? Because when we talk about Jupiter, it is also a spiritual sign, a philosophical sign. It talks about spiritual beliefs. It talks about spiritual belief systems. It talks about philosophy and learning and all those stuff. And then this is about what we believe, and it is in Aries. And so this square energy can be an energy of you really being outspoken, right, about what you believe in, what you stand for again. So this can be a day where we can see a similar energy play out throughout the week, and maybe get magnified towards the end of the week, because we have the square with Jupiter, which is an expansive energy, right? Maybe this is you being more outspoken, more expressive, and hopefully this is because something you really feeling it on an emotional level, because again we're talking about Mercury in Cancer. So this is about you really communicate through your heart, right? Opening yourself up, letting others know how you are feeling, your emotions, and communicate them, right? So this can, if you want, what can I say? I think on a collective level, if you want to create an impact that you are passionate about, it's definitely a good day to do so. But you can just, on a personal level, you more expressive about what you believe in, what you think is true to you, expressing yourself and communicating that with others as well. So another energy that's happening up in the cosmos this week is Chiron, making two different aspects this week. So Chiron in Aries will have a sextile with Venus in Gemini on July 7th in Hong Kong time. It will be really late on the 6th if you are in the later time zone. So Venus is this planet of love, about money matters, one-on-one relationship, things that brings us joy and happiness. And Chiron is this asteroid that talks about our own wounding and our own healing journey in this lifetime. When these two energy come together, this can be a really wonderful energy, right? It can be really looking into the wounds, struggles, or our values, right? Because Venus talks about values too. Our values about all these Venus governed topics, right? Maybe it can talk about our wounds, our struggle, our values around money, around how we value money and relationships, one-on-one relationships, and things that brings us joy in general. It can definitely be a bit more lighter though, because Venus is in Gemini, right? So it's a more curious and playful energy. So in a way, this can feel heavy. But since Venus is in Gemini, it can be you curious, right? Maybe you haven't dived deeply into your own healing journey or the wound that and struggles that's happening in your life. And maybe perhaps around this time, you're starting to become curious, right? You're starting to want to look deeper into your own personal healing struggles or wounds, and just be curious and see what they are, or just simply acknowledging them, right? So this can also be a very beautiful energy as well. And since Gemini is a very talkative and chatty sign, it can definitely be you expressing them, right? Maybe you are communicating, expressing all those stuff that I just talked about with a friend, with a family member, with a therapist, with a healer, or someone that you just feel easy to talk to, right? And then the next day, on July 8th, Chiron will then make a square, will have a square with the sun, which is right now in Cancer. So I think it's another beautiful energy though, even though yes, square can be quite tense. So this can be a day where the sun really shine on, shed a light on your personal wounds, struggles, places that still unhealed, that is urging you to compassionately look at, because sun is in Cancer, right? Sometimes it can also be that little bit of a tough love energy, right? Because the sun want to shed light on to Chiron. Hey, look at all these wounds and struggle or healing that you need for yourself. It is okay and it is safe to look at it, because sun is in Cancer is letting you know that we all have our own wounds, struggles in life, right? Any area of our lives, and some of us might have more, some of us have less, and some of us might have some really deep wounds that will just continue to need our love and care to heal them throughout our lives, and it is perfectly okay. The sun in Cancer is asking us, inviting us to nourish them, to give love to them, to acknowledge them, to give compassionate to ourselves on our healing journey, that there's no shame in it, and everybody needs that. So maybe this is a day where you can give yourself some more compassionate, some more compassion, or some more love. Of course, the energy can play out differently as well. So this aspect might feel differently for some. Maybe you have been feeling closed up and not wanting to be vulnerable, or feeling that it's not like safe for you to look into those wounds and struggles. But maybe today that sun is really letting you know that, hey, you know what, it is okay, it is safe for you to do that. There's no fear in be vulnerable. It is actually a very courageous thing to do, for you to do, to be brave and to give love and compassion to yourself, to look into the wounds and the healing that you need in whatever area of your life that is. So embrace this energy and give yourself a bit more love and compassion on that day. And finally, on July 10, we have Sun in Cancer having a sextile with Uranus in Taurus today. So whenever we talk about Uranus, there's an element of surprise, unexpected change right here. So, but we have also the Sun in Cancer today. So maybe today, the Sun is going to give you that boost of energy that you need to push through your crabby shell and show the world the real you today, right? And maybe this is also that sun giving you that push, that energy to light up, to make that change or shifts that you need as well, because we have Uranus, which is about the freedom, the liberation, the innovation, renovation in different areas of your life. So on one spectrum, again, we have Cancer being very compassionate, empathic, willing to be vulnerable and express and communicate through the emotion, through the heart space, right? And then we also have that close-up, clam-up energy of Cancer, that is feeling scared, not safe to express themselves. So Uranus and Taurus might provide you that electric momentum with the sun together, and then help you push through and let you feel safe to do so, or just maybe give you that push that you need, that you have been dragging, and then Sun and Uranus today is just gonna push you off and make you do it, right? But also, I personally think this might just be a day where you are going to push through any insecurities, doubt, self-limiting beliefs, and embrace that Uranus energy, right? That it is safe, it is okay to want to break free, to liberate some areas of your life, to seek innovation or renovation in that area or different areas of your life. And perhaps sometimes it is also that element of surprise, right? When the universe see that you're still not making that move, perhaps on that day you're going to just receive that kick from the universe to do so. So let's see what happens. Maybe you can also take a look to see which house Cancer rule. Perhaps you might receive some surprise changes or boost of energy to ask you to make some shift or change in that day, on that day as well. So that's what's happening in the sky this week. Now let's dive into the collective reading and see what other messages and advice we can get. Hi everyone, welcome to the second part of this video where I'll be doing a collective tarot reading. All the cards have been meditated and shuffled already. As we all know, this is a general collective reading. It will not resonate with everybody, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you want a personal reading, I'm more than happy to do one for you, or my information are in the description box below. You can contact through my Instagram or send me an email. I look forward to connect with you over there. So let's begin and see. What is the message for the collective of this upcoming week, July 4th to 10? Wow. Okay. As you all know, there's an extra card that I have here. Usually I only have 6, but just now, right before when I want to start talking, my guides was telling me that I need to look at the bottom of the deck, which I don't always do that. But if I look at it, I will take that card out as well. And now I understand why. Because the extra card that my guy asked me to pull out to look at, which is at the bottom of the deck, is the Queen of Cups, which is a Cancer energy, which is definitely about what I mentioned in the astrology part. And that's why I'm like, oh, no wonder. Okay, there we go. So we can see that there's a lot of sword cards coming out, which is the mental energy, right? And as I just mentioned in the astrology part, this week we are shifting gears, right? The energy might feel a bit push and pull, but definitely that Mercury mental energy is going to drop from our headspace, which is in Gemini right now. It's all about our mental energy, and drop it back down to the heart, which is when Mercury enter Cancer. So I love how sometimes your intuition will just guide you to exactly what you need and pull that extra card and confirm it. So let's begin. It's a general reading. I'm picking up a few different messages and I'll talk about them one by one. But there's one main message for everybody right here, right now from the spread is if you have been struggling with your mind, maybe you have been struggling about certain thoughts, about certain areas of your life. Maybe there are some thoughts that's been haunting you that you have been feeling stressed, anxious about. This week, hopefully, when Mercury moves to Cancer, it will help you to loosen it up, to bring it back down to the heart and move to a calmer waters, right? And it's so funny here we have 2 water cards, water images here, which is about moving to calmer water, connecting more to your heart space, is moving away from the mental space and drop it back down to the heart. Because when our mind is too busy, sometimes we can become our own prisoner. We can become our own mind's prisoner, right? We're being haunted by our own thought, our mind, right? It is very stressful sometimes, and it can create anxiety and stress. And this is definitely not healthy. So the general message here is please, if you're experiencing this, please take care of your mental health. This is very important for you to drop it back down to the heart space, to connect more from your heart instead of always keeping it up in the head. And it's giving you even nightmares for some. All right, let's talk about it. So the first message I'm hearing is that So the first message here for this group of people is that, yes, there are some thoughts that's been haunting you, even gives you nightmares, but at a deeper level, deep down, I think you know these are your self-limiting belief that is stopping you from making decisions that you need to make in any area of your life for yourself. And I feel like this week, as we continue to move forward, you are going to feel more calm, more peaceful, more ready, because you are finally reaching a point where I think you also realize that your mind is haunting you, right? You're being haunted by your own thoughts. Maybe you are thinking everything really negatively, or you're thinking at one extreme to another, so there's no there's no in between for you. So maybe you're just having some some blockages, something around limiting beliefs that is stopping you from moving forward. You're feeling stuck in certain area of your life, or just in life in general, and you feel like you don't know what to do. But deep down, this is your self-limiting belief that is stopping you to achieve what it is that you want for your life. So the message for you here, if you feel resonate, is to just give yourself some time to rest. Let your mind rest. It is too busy. It is very chaotic. You haven't been sleeping well. Your thoughts are haunting you in your nightmares and giving you anxiety. And it is time to take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health this week. Start and relax those energy. Right? Let it go, let it move through you and drop it back down to the heart space. Be curious. Ask yourself, why are you having all these thoughts? Are they pointing to certain areas of your life that needs healing? This is the time where you need to move those energy, right? When you feel stuck in certain area of your life, or you're being haunted by the same thought over and over again, it is time to be curious and ask yourself why. Is it because there is some fear, there's some limiting beliefs, or there's some wounds and struggle that you need to overcome and heal? This is definitely a time to take care of yourself, to fill your cup again, to give that love back to yourself. Whether it is just simply take a day off and rest and do nothing, or it is through anything that you like, maybe to connect with a healer, a therapist, or just have a conversation with a friend, a close loved one, right? Or just by spending time alone with yourself, to move those energy, to let those energy flow through you so that you can let them go and make space for new things in life. The second message I picked up is I feel like this week you are connecting with yourself really at a deeper level. You are finally maybe acknowledging or finally coming to a realization of something that you're passionate about, that you really want to do, right? This is about maybe a particular area of your life, maybe your work, or you want to start something, you know, like there's maybe this creative idea project in your mind for a while that you're just so super passionate about. And for some, I see that this is some kind of charity or some kind of organization that you feel so passionate about, that you want to contribute, that you want to join them. And I think this week is you answering that call, right? Maybe you feel really drawn to a certain cause, a certain charity or organization, maybe you are finally you know, maybe that inner warrior voice is getting louder and louder. Maybe you want to fight for animals. Maybe you want to fight for environmental rights. Maybe you want to fight for LGBTQI plus, you know. Sorry if I mispronounce it too. And, you know, whatever cause it is that you want to fight for, that you are so strongly passionate about, this week I see that you are going to embrace that. Maybe you will join an organization, you will join a march or protest to just put your voice out there, you know, to let it be known. And maybe it is you sharing that with your friends. Hey, you know what? I'm actually really passionate about this, or about certain belief system, and you no longer want to hide from them. You want to express yourself and let your voice be known, and just, you know, acknowledge that for yourself, right? I feel a surge of warmth right now as I'm speaking about it. And so this is the second message that I'm seeing. And another message is that for another group of you, you have been putting in a lot of effort into certain areas of your life. And for some, this is about some kind of investment. Maybe this is job related. Maybe you're putting in a lot of effort, hard work into your job, your career, and or it is some kind of investment that you're doing. And I think this week, okay, I'm picking up two different storyline that stems out from this message. A group of people, you are going to re-evaluate, is this still worth my effort? Right, you're reaching at the point where maybe you didn't see a lot of growth for the past weeks or months or so, and you start to worry, you start to question it, and you are wondering if you should continue on with this investment, with this job, this money related matter that you have been putting a lot of hard work in. You're questioning yourself. Maybe, you know what, it's time to just let it go and start a new job, start a new investment, or just move on, right? Drop it, right? Before it's too late, or before you start to make a loss instead of any profit, right? And this is more like a money related thing. So this can definitely, like I said, is about an investment that you have been putting a lot of work in, or maybe this is your job, right? You have been putting a lot of hard work in, but you're not seeing the result that you want, right? So you're questioning yourself, is it time to communicate that with my boss to ask for a raise, or is it time for me to go and look for another job that will be able to provide what I want? So the second message is that also related this whatever investment, career, job related thing or project investment that you're doing, you are seeing that there's a different approach to do it. Maybe you have been really stuck on the certain approach that you're doing it, the way you're investing. And I think this week you are going to move away from it because you see a different approach to it. Or actually you might be seeing a different thing, right? A different way to do it. Maybe you're like, you know what, it's not gonna go any further and it's time to just move on, because you see this other new opportunity that's actually going to give you more fulfillment, profit, growth, or whatnot. So you are switching, right? You're dropping it for another thing. So this is that message that I'm picking up on as well. And lastly, it's a message for everyone. Similar to the first journal message, is I feel like this group of people this week, you are going to reach a solution regarding certain areas of your life. I think you have been worrying about it. Maybe you have been waiting to hear back from someone, something, certain situation, right? Or you have been thinking a lot about certain areas of your life. You want some kind of change or shifts, and you have not been able to do that. You feel stuck, you feel helpless, you don't know what to do, you don't know what is the right, but always remember there's no right or wrong. Sometimes we let that affect us and it creates stagnation. We just got stuck in that thinking phase, right? We keep thinking and we're scared, we don't know what to do, so that's why we don't make a decision and we just let it sit longer and longer and longer. And this week I see that there's going to be movement because you realize that you are creating your own blocks for yourself, right? And it is about you needing to not become your own roadblocks. It is about you removing yourself out of whatever situation or areas in your life, so that you can zoom out to a bigger picture to see what is the best approach, right? It is asking you to stop drilling and thinking and just like keeping yourself stuck. pull yourself out and look from a different perspective. It will lead you to a more a solution that you need, right? And it is asking you to connect what is it that you truly want, so that it can help you navigate to the result, to the solution, to the decision that you need to make for yourself. Okay, so here's what I get from the spread. Let's take Oracle's card out and see if we can get more message and advice. I'll take all the cards out and we'll talk about them one by one. All right, all the cards are out. Whoa, we have some pretty potent message from the cards, so let's look at them one by one. First, we'll look at the Moonology deck and look at this. We have 3 full moon energy coming up, and guess what? Next week we are going to have our full moon in Capricorn, so this energies is definitely slowly building up as well as the moon gets more brighter and brighter. So first we have a full moon eclipse energy. Conclusions are within reach, right? Like I mentioned before for one of the message, you know, this is about you letting go your thoughts that haunt you, so that you can reach to a more heartfelt decision that you need for yourself. And this is, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. I think I also just say that during our tarot spread as well. It is asking you to not just focus on your own thoughts that you have been having it for a long time already, but zoom out and look at the bigger picture to help you navigate through your journey. And lastly, it's time to release negativity, full moon and Scorpio energy, right? So this is about you releasing those limiting beliefs, that negative self-talk, the thoughts that's been haunting you and, you know, dragging you down, creating stress and anxiety for you, right? It's about dropping those mental energy into the heart space to release those negativity and more connect more into your heart, to feel into more what it is that you truly want, to help you make those decisions you need to make for yourself. And then we have from the spirit animal deck, we have Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. Yes, some of you, like I said before, are feeling stuck in between. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to move forward, but this week it is going to help you move forward when you learn to let go of those mental energy that's been haunting you and stressing you out. And so funny, look at these 2 cards. We have card 62 and 26. Out of the whole deck of 60 something, 70 something cards, I get the only 2 cards that the numbers kind of flip. So we really have this mirroring energy, this two-sided energy that we are working with, right? As we have more than one planet's moving signs, we are going to feel this different energy shifts, this move change, right? And then we have Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Exactly, that Mars and Taurus energy, right? It is not about being explosive, but how can you let this fire energy to contain it, to let you how to say that, to keep this momentum going, right? To keep this fire burning throughout the journey, right? Throughout this Mars and Taurus transit. Is about how you can maintain this fire energy so that you can sustain it. It can keep sustaining you to help you to navigate whatever it is that you need in your life. And lastly, we have the Chameleon Spirit, act as if, right? Not being stuck and just taking action as well, right? It's about speaking up too. It's about embracing that fire energy, that aspect I mentioned in the astrology is about you, right? That Mercury square Jupiter energy, that Mars sextile Mercury energy. It's about you owning your voice and you expressing yourself, right? Take the action that you need for yourself. And here from the Work Your Light oracle, I always have a hard time to pronounce this, is I'm not too sure the right way to pronounce this word. It's either Imrama or Imrawa ma. Okay, forget it. So just looking at this card, we can see there's a body of water here, right? And you are just standing there waiting to see if you want to cross over to this castle, right? That leads to limitless of possibility. So this is about your inner journey within you. This really recalls that, remind me of that part where I talk about you really embracing your own self-healing journey, right? That Chiron aspect that we're having, and also about you owning your emotion. We're talking about Sun is in Cancer right now, and this week Mercury is moving into Cancer, and later on we're going to have Venus moving into Cancer. So this is about you really connecting with yourself at a heart emotional level, right? You embracing your emotion and not avoiding it, but be vulnerable and be open to embrace them and also express them to let others know how you truly feel and sense. So this is this is about you embracing your inner journey, your emotion journey, whatever that means to you. So what is it calling you, right? What does it mean to you? Where are you being called to journey to? So it's about you navigating your journey through embracing this body of water, which is your emotions, right? When we talk about water, we talk about emotions. So this is where's your emotions leading you on this journey, right? It is time to get vulnerable and just connect with yourself at a deeper level, at a heart emotional level, and not being scared to express it. So I'm going to share the guidebook message here with you as well. The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we're going, but our souls know the way. If you pull this card, you're either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place both within us and to the planet as well. You're being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it's a journey to the world's sacred site, or call to cross the country, climb a mountain, lay on the desert floor, or drink from the ancient well. These are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimage in your future. If a physical voyage isn't, or maybe for some it is, on a psychic level, if a physical voyage isn't possible, journey through the portal of your heart. Ooh, that's what I just said, right? Follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place, or perhaps you're being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. Yeah, so this is on a deeper level of what I just said. So resonate. If you feel resonate, let me know. And lastly, self-care oracle. I pulled two came out for us. The first one, we have shine. Don't dim your light. The world needs your unique talents and gifts. Shine brightly. Ooh, yeah, we do have a lot of aspect this week is asking you, even if you don't feel ready or you just don't feel comfortable to shine, at least acknowledge your light, right? And shine for yourself. Why not? Second, we have authenticity. Live life for you, not the audience in your head. Ha, see? Not the thoughts, negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, or people opinion judgment that is inside your head, but live life for you, right? I mean, after all, this is your life, no one else but yours. So why listen to others but yourself? Follow your heart and see where it leads you. I hope this message helped. I'm wishing you all a good week ahead, and I'll see you back here next week. Bye!